Cascades and the Olympic Mountains, and it doesn't get much better or much louder than this. All games might count the same, but some carry a little more juice, and when you get to this point in the season, a couple of teams in the top 10 fighting for their playoff lives and positioning, this one feels a little special. As we'll see the number 5 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on the number 1 team in the land, the Washington Huskies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollock and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Buckeyes will put total weather to crank us up. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the Washington Huskies offense takes the field to start this game off. And this big fella can beat you in a number of different ways in the passing game, David.
Yeah, so much fun to have a guy that I can rely on, that can beat guys over the middle of the field, that can beat man-to-man coverage. This guy's the ultimate weapon.
And I love that this guy has an awesome catch radius. You don't have to be perfect as a quarterback when you throw to him. He can make
all kinds of room. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down to the 42.
Yeah, obviously this guy's been hyped up. We talked about it in the Heisman race. What do you have to do? You got to finish strong. The voters are watching what you do at the end of the season. Awesome opportunity to put together a half-yard game last week. Put some stats up, get a bunch of touchdowns, really finish strong so you can get in that Heisman race and maybe go win that big trophy.
Now here on second down, see if they keep tossing it around. They'll go to the ground. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Just nothing doing on that last run. And they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Looking to throw, it's Welch. He's got it down. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
9-yard pickup on first down, and now they can take a shot on second and short. They go to the ground. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. They'll ride the hot hand. And he'll pick up one. It brings up second and 9. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs. Coming into this one.
And he rolls into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Talk about it. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. On first and goal, let's see what Washington does. He's looking to throw. Grab near the marker. It's Hayden. Touchdown, Washington. And they jump on top.
Well, you know this offensive coordinator scripts his opening 10-15 plays. They didn't even need that. They went 9 plays and scored a touchdown. Everything working perfect. They look like a well-oiled machine in this game offensively.
He'll bring it out. It's Peters. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. So Washington's offense headed onto the field. Now a first look at them today. A big challenge for both of these quarterbacks, Jesse, is dealing with a ball-hawking free safety on the other side.
Oh, you're right, Reese. QBs better be good with their eyes. Better not stare down wide receivers in this one, because if you float the ball down the middle of the field, that's getting picked.
excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it.
Well, you see a great individual effort there that time, and you can see the skills this guy has, and he just reminds me sometimes of the great Ohio State backs we've seen in the past, right? You think of Archie Griffin and his 2 Heisman trophies, Ezekiel Elliott, J.K. Dobbins. This guy right here with his skill set, he's got the chance to be the next great Buckeye back.
Give to the back. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. The Buckeyes heading quickly to the line. They'll try the run. And there were some collisions in there, and the D finally stops him short of the mark. One team makes its way onto the field. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
After the 9-yard pickup on first down, here's 2nd and 1. They'll run the option. Quick toss. And they'll ride him down, but not before he picks up the first down. And how about the timing on that catch?
Wow, how about the stop-start speed? That reminds you of Napoleon Kaufman or Bishop Sankey, Myles Gaskin, great Washington Husky running backs of years past that just made defenders look silly because of that stop-start ability. This dude has some wheels.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. He's going to pass. Dances away. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. That type of pressure on the quarterback, that's vintage Ohio State, right in keeping with the legacy that's been established by the Buckeye D.
Yeah, and you take pride in that. You own that legacy with all those guys you see performing at a high level in the NFL. And you see that, you want to go get it, recruiting guys to fit those profiles. That's why Ohio State always has a good defensive line.
That's the end of the quarter, and Washington has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. Now facing a 3rd down as they line up after the break. He's looking downfield to throw. He'll get rid of it. He throws back across his body, and it's picked off. Even with minimal gain on the return, they're working with a short field from the 36.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Looking to scramble. The quarterback bought as much time as he could, but the defense got to him and sacked him.
What a great job using his speed to get to the quarterback. This linebacker would have started for those great Purple Rain defenses in the 80s under the legendary Washington Husky coach Don James. He would have loved to blitz this dude. He was so athletic from the linebacker position.
And just wedges in the head a bit before he's brought down. Here comes this whole crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. They're bringing heat. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. The Buckeyes will punt it away on 4th down. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after the tape.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the day. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw.
On the ground, it's Hayden. Bowls his way forward. Still running at the 40. Hit the afterburners, kid. He's at the 20. And finally out of bounds after an explosive run by this ball carrier.
You know this guy is in contention right now for the Heisman Trophy. And this late in the year, if you're going to bring that home, you got to put up big stat games, right? Had over 100 rushing yards his last time out. He's doing it again today. He is turning it on late this season.
He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough to do.
Touchdown, Husky! And they made it to the house where they found that 6 points waiting on them.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways. And they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you.
Oh, he's going backwards, in trouble, and down he goes. A tremendous loss.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now, you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Pocket starts to collapse. Gets down with the slide.
Defensively, the more speed you have on the field, the better. Not just to cover wide receiver, but when the QB does this and scrambles outside the pocket, now you got guys that have really good speed going to catch a quarterback, an athletic quarterback at that. Really nice job by the defense.
Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They've jumped on them, executing at a high level and up 14-0, David.
This is the exact start you want. The offense is playing great. Defense has gotten stops. You're in a position now, Palmer, to put the hammer down and get a 3-possession.
I'm really impressed with their physicality on both sides of the ball. Early in this one, they've been winning in the trenches. So here on offense, keep running the football and show your dominance.
Looking for room. It's Hayden. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Here we go. Back to pass. It's Welsh. Quickly complete. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. Washington wants to go quickly. Clear. Low. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Moves around to clear up the vision. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down.
Well, 2 things I love by the quarterback on that. One, his ability to flush outside the pocket and make a quick decision. No one's open and I'm taking off and running. And 2, get out of bounds. No need to take a big hit. Just save yourself, save the body. Fresh set of downs coming. Well done.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. Here's the handoff. And the Huskies brought to the ground, but not before picking up the first.
So far, everything's just seemed to work for this offense when they wanted to run the football. Regardless of what down and distance it is, they're able to get it done. Up front, getting a lot of push, and these backs are finding the hole.
And it's picked off. Still trying to take it back. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always remember your first interception. They'll always remember this moment.
A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. On second down, he'll let it fly. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. On third down, going up top. He'll pull it down and run. And short, accurate there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. And the Buckeyes will punt this one away. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. And with time running out here in the first half, this offense will choose to take a knee. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in Seattle for an interesting first half than you? Talk about a first half from that dude out of the backfield. He's been a total game changer. And how many top plays moments have we seen on missed tackles alone? Video game moves from one of the shiftiest players in all of college football. With that said, let's send it back to our guys inside Husky Stadium.
Kickoff team has the ball teed up, and they're about ready to go. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Oh, what a grab by the defense. Takes it the other way. Touchdown, Huskies. How about that D coming up with a play like that? They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. East Carolina rose to the occasion when it needed to, and they'll be celebrating a solid victory there in Greenville. Week by week, you can feel the momentum building within that program. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams, but boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that can't.
Fires into traffic, intercepted. Touchdown, Husky. And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return.
I'll tell you what, as a DB, you're lucky if you get one pick six in your entire football life. This guy had one last game. He's got one this game. Quarterbacks are going to stop throwing his way.
And he's coming out of the end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and read this offense.
Ryan, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You've got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Steamrolls his way ahead. Stopped at the 24-yard line after the 10-yard gain.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
the shotgun, they'll run it. He breaks the tackle. Rumbles ahead for a pickup of 5 to the 29.
I think tackling is about effort most of the time. It's about how much passion, how much physicality you can bring to get your guy on the ground. Refuse not to get him on the ground. That's not a big bag. You got to get that guy on the ground. You can't let him pick up an extra couple yards and stay ahead of the space.
You've already sent your hunter out 4 times. At least he knows he's going to get his varsity letter, and his leg might get a bigger workout if they don't convert. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Turns it on in midfield. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line.
And obviously, if you're going to be in the discussion for the Heisman Trophy, you've got to be putting out big stat games week in, week out. He's been doing it all season long and obviously had over 100 rushing yards his last time out. He's doing it again here today in a game where a lot of Heisman Trophy voters, they're watching this one.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right, things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
Leaves it with the running back. They get him down, tough run, picks up 4, they'll mark it at the 19. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Here we go. Scanning the field, it's Welch. Quick strike complete. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the 1st down.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes, he's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
Goes to the option. He'll pitch it. You'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time, 2nd and 6. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. 29 Philly. Wide receiver shows motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the 1st. An array of possibilities here.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, David. It puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
Deep in enemy territory, balls at the 3. They can pick up a 1st down without scoring a touchdown, and here they go on 4th and short.
Yankee blue! Yankee blue!
They'll try it on the ground. Touchdown, Washington! And the punishment has been extended. I mean, the way this team has dominated this game, impressive to say the least.
And it's cool now because you're keeping the turnovers so bad, you start to put the backups in, and all them get to get juice and get to get some playing time, get some feel good. And the other side, well, they're just taking it right to the face.
Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Solid gain to get him out closer to the 20. Pick up a 5 to the 19. 3rd and short. They've got them back up inside the 20 and the D can get the ball back here. Wants to throw. It's Newton. And he's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been up to speed. His 3rd interception. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
So when you come out owning something, you know, you're a shadow of your own opposite of what happened. Now you set them up in beautiful scoring field position already. Really bad play by the offense.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity.
Jackrabbit.
He's looking to throw. Oh, and he thought he might be able to wiggle his way into the end zone, but they knocked him down at the 3.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Touchdown, Washington! And the beatdown has ensued. Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the second.
And it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting a lot of possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
And he's going to bring it out. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
And as they get into the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the third. That's the end of the quarter, and Washington has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. Second down here as they go back to work after the break.
42, Spider. 4.
He's looking to throw. With the catch, it's Toggle. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage is getting so tight. If you're going to throw to the sideline and you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you in.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And the ball is intercepted. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous possession. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gotten out everybody right now on the safety.
And the quarterback is snowed under.
Well, quarterback went down behind center pretty quick that time, and it makes you wonder as a play caller, against this pass rush, do you start thinking about maybe rolling your quarterback out and changing the launch play?
On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. He's got an open man. Running toward the tape. Touchdown, Husky. And the stomping has commenced. That score might be the one to put them over the top and run this winning streak to 9.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas. Keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns in a year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it. You're going to be a great player. You've got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
And And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to.
Ball in the air, intercepted. Got some room to run. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Huskies. This team just knows how to finish. They keep getting better and better and better, and they are close to going 9-0. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's recap that ranked-on-ranked matchup that has just gone final. Arkansas delivered the type of thrashing generally reserved for homecoming games in Fayetteville. Thing is, this was a road victory, and a win like this is going to resonate throughout the SEC.
He's going to throw deep right side. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback in this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync. And that's why they find themselves trailing by a block right here later.
Down to the line, facing third and long from the 25.
29 Philly.
From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his tight end.
Just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead. It's late. They're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this. And be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
He only needs a sliver of daylight. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington.
On the
First down here for the offense. He'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want to do. Late in the ball game with the lead, establish the run, establish the physicality. And you know what helps? That clock up there, it continues to tick. So let's see if they choose to keep the ball on the ground and stay conservative and run that clock.
Ready up.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3.
Hey.
He's looking to throw. Quickly complete. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down. Throw him to the spot, and that's exactly what he did to pick up the first down.
And that's so many hours of doing this together. You know exactly when he's going to break on that out route. You know what kind of speed he has because he's thrown it so many times. Nice rhythm and timing. And you could tell that was experience between receiver and quarterback.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7.
3:25.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down.
On the ready.
Washington hoping to make this defense bow down in the red zone.
Cricket. Bang.
They'll stick to the ground, looking for the marker. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
This is a top 25 offense in college football, and I like what they do. They can run the football on third downs when they need to. They show you right there. They've got some balance to them. They really know who they are. They have a good identity, and that's why they've been so successful this season.
Leaves it with the back. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
And there's nothing more frustrating than when you get late in the game and you know they're running the football and you don't stop it. It's been that kind of day for this defense. They haven't played well. They're going to have to go to the well. They're going to have to figure some things out. Practice this week, I can promise you, will not be a lot of fun with these coaches.
He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will.
Touchdown, Husky! And the pulling has started. That lead a little more comfortable now as they close in on extending this winning streak.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get concerned because this offense obviously has had themselves a day. And apparently, their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
He's got great speed. He's on the loose. There he goes. Open it up. They eventually chase him down, but what a spectacular return that almost went all the way. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Well, this has pretty much been an evisceration, an old-fashioned stomping, Jesse.
Yeah.
And he throws another interception. His third one of the night. They backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5. Let's see if they can create some space. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they built this lead. They've had a great day today.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming into the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today. They got to go back to the drawing board and figure some things out because this wasn't a great day.
Washington right back to the line. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Trying to make magic with his feet. And oh no, he loses the ball at the end of the run. How about that alert play from the defense to scoop it up? And he had an opportunity there to make something out of nothing, but things just got sideways and the ball came free.
I just like the effort on defense, okay? They couldn't get to the quarterback initially in the pocket. He starts scrambling, and they don't quit. You saw all of the effort of everybody pursuing the QB, catching up to him, and then creating the fumble. Awesome job.
He'll come out throwing on 1st down. And it's his 4th interception of the night. Going the other way, and he's got room. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much, late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. You can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute this? This was so easy. Great execution. Just beat down in every facet.
I think as a player, you just love being in such great rhythm, and we saw that right from the get-go in this game. Offense just able to matriculate the ball down the field. Defense was not giving anything up. What a great game plan coming in, and this was just total domination.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.